Hi everybody, it's Mary Jo from Mary Jo's Creations, and welcome back to my channel. If you can see, I crochet here, for the most part. I crochet and sometimes I rant and rave. But, anyway, wow. It's like I lost my train of thought. I've been trying to figure out what to do for today's video, and honestly, I didn't know. I do have the video for the second part of the sweater video that was released on Monday, and I was going to put that up today because I thought I was going to have a video for yesterday, but unfortunately yesterday it was a very long day for me, and I wasn't able to film anything, and I didn't want to put up that video right after either, so it's just been a little crazy still for me, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep to a schedule. It might take me a little bit longer, maybe a few more weeks to get fully, I don't want to say settled, but, like with the fibromyalgia, it's just, it's a little bit of a struggle, and I'm trying to figure everything out. I was going to do a little video, just showing, all the blankets that I've made, but then I also, at the end of the month, or like, I believe for Monday, I would like to put out a video of all the things I did in January. And so, I didn't want to do that one right after the other, because mostly what I've done in January were the blankets. And I did finish my birthday sweater. You'll just have to watch tomorrow's video to see how that turned out. And I'm working on another cardigan, which hopefully I will have finished by Monday. Now, Monday also happens to be my birthday. So I would like to have, a little special video that goes out on Monday, showing, like all the stuff that I've made in January, and some of the little cute Valentine's Day things that I've made, or that that I have finished. Hopefully I will have a few of those finished by the end of this week. This cardigan I'm working on. I'm also trying out doing a new ear warmer pattern. I don't know how, it looks like it's coming out okay, but I don't know how that's going to come out, so we'll see how that comes out. I think I might have made it a little too wide, but we'll see. I also want to make a pink hat and do a few other fun things before the end of the week if I can. And then I will show that all to you, whatever is finished, on Monday. And tomorrow, like I said, the sweater video should be out by tomorrow. And so I thought we could just have a little chat today, and I can show you the squares that I'm making for my granny square cardigan. And I have decided that I finished the giant square. Giant square is finished. And I decided that what I'm going to do is two squares for the front on each side. And we're going to see how that looks. I'm working on the squares now. And I'm kind of like doing the same thing that I did for my granny square blanket, where, you know, or what I do most of the time, I like to do them by round and use the colors so that, you know, they're all kind of being done at the same time. I don't know why. My weird brain, it to me, it just feels like it doesn't take as much time, which I know might sound ridiculous to some of you, but if I'm doing them all at the same time, kind of, you know, then they all get finished like one right after the other, instead of me making one and then having to make the other one. I don't know. To me, it just feels like it goes faster. And I just like doing it that way, especially since, you know, there's so many colors. Like, if it was just the same exact color going all the way through, that would be different, right? Or if it was like multicolor yarn or an ombre yarn or whatever, you know, like a yarn with different colors in it, then that would also be different because it would be changing colors itself, right? So, no big deal. But since I am doing this and using different yarns, different color yarn, then, you know, for me, I like doing it this way. And when I finish off with a color, actually, let's see. I like the way that's coming out. We'll just cut this yarn right here. And I know I might, you know, some people, most people might be like, what the hell? Like, my squares are not traditional. If you're new here, you should know that my squares are definitely not traditional. I like the cutting the yarn wherever, and, you know, it just gives the squares a different look. Every square is different, but the same, you know, like all the colors are the same and pretty much in the same round, but they're all different because they end different, so the squares look different. I don't know, it's just, to me, this is a form of art, and I do paint. Again, not traditionally. There's a theme with me. I don't tend to do things the normal, traditional way. I don't know. My hair is everywhere. Thank God that this is, you know, mine. But anyway, so all my squares, you know, they look a little different, even though they are technically the same rounds, same colors in the rounds. It's just because I cut off the yarn wherever I, you know, want, they tend to look a little bit different every time. And that's what I'm going for. So it is, you know, on purpose. I just like the way that it looks, and I think it makes it look unique and special, and that's what I like. I like making pieces that kind of look the same but different. So everyone, has something that's a little special. And that's not where I want. See, this one ended right there, which is not really what I wanted, but hey, that's where it ended, right? So that's where it's going to stay. And this one does actually have a solid chunk around it, which, again, wasn't what I wanted, but I cut the yarn, right? So that's where it's supposed to be. And I just do things a little bit different. I'm not your, normal, if there is such a thing as normal, I'm not your normal, typical crocheter. No one taught me, no one taught me how to crochet. I've been wanting to learn for years, but I never had anyone to teach me. And then someone had suggested that I should go on YouTube and learn. So that's what I did. And I learned how to do the basic stitches from watching, YouTubers and stuff like that. And once I learned the basic stitches, I just worked on my stitches and my tension by just making, basically rectangles. I do have some of the first things that I made that are in my room in a box. But, I still use a lot of it. I use I made with cotton yarn, and I use them as dishcloths. Pretty much I use them just to dry my hands. I keep them in the kitchen, and I like drying my hands with them. They're very good. They're very absorbent. They dry my hands real good, and I just like them. And, in the beginning, not only did I experiment with, learning how to make all the stitches, but I also worked with different yarns, acrylic, cotton, and learned what I liked. And, every time I would figure one thing out and I would practice it and get good at it, I would move on to something else. And that's just, where my journey started. And that was 2 years ago, I think. Last year was the first full year that I was actually making things, and teaching myself how to make things, because I can't understand patterns. And that's what I'm going to say, because I can read a pattern. There's a difference between reading patterns and knowing what the abbreviations are and all of that, and understanding patterns. I can read a pattern. I just get very confused sometimes because I am severely dyslexic. I have ADD. So when something gets a little bit difficult for me, I lose focus. And so I do not follow patterns. I don't use patterns at all. Everything is pretty much visual. Very rarely might I might watch a tutorial on something just to get the basic gist of it. And because they also confuse me a lot of times. And it's nothing to do with whoever's doing the tutorial or whoever wrote the pattern. It has to do with my brain and the way it processes information. And I'm okay with that. As long as I know how basically to do something, I can pretty much figure it out myself. And so that's what I do. I get my inspiration from pictures, or, sometimes on my Pinterest, I see something that I might like or that's close to what I like, and I figure out how to do it myself. And that's just pretty much, how I started figuring everything out. And that's when I started doing things, just the way I like them. And that's why I started crocheting in the first place. It was just for me to be able to have stuff that I like, that fit the way I like, that looked the way I like, that, were to my taste, whether it was a certain style or certain colors or anything like that. And I got a lot of compliments on things that I was making that, people suggested that I should try to sell my items. And that's where all of this was born. But that's just a little bit about myself and my journey so far. I don't like doing things in the normal way because I'm a very artistic person, and I just like to do things that, I guess you can say, speak to me and bring me joy, happiness, or whatever you want to call it. And creating something that's different and unique is special to me. And that's why I do, things my way. And again, I'm sure that there are people out there who, might be like, well, you that's not the way that you do granny squares, or that's not the way that you do this, or you do that. It's okay. And that's another reason why I wanted to start this channel, is for people who are out there who might be like me, that, if someone tells you that's not the way you should be doing it, you don't have to listen to those people. Just because they don't do things the way you're doing it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you're doing it different. And it's okay to be different. As long as the finished product comes out the way you wanted it to and looks good, that's all that matters. And I just want people to know that it's okay to be different. It's okay to not be like everybody else. And if that's how you feel, then I just want you to know that that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you for not wanting to be like everybody else. You are perfectly wonderful the way that you are, and that's all that matters. And if you want to randomly put colors together and do your squares a little different, or do your panels a little different, or do whatever makes you happy, as long as your product, I do not do my granny squares the way I've seen anyone else do them. But guess what? In the end, my granny squares still come out looking like granny squares. So that's all that matters. Now, I think I've talked enough about that. honestly, this video is a little bit of a I don't know what the hell I'm talking about kind of thing, which, if you know me, is not that different. But not that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It just like there was, there's not just one reason for this video, right? I'm just basically working on my granny squares. And I wanted to show you guys my granny squares, and I thought that we could just chat for a little bit, that's all. So there's no real rhyme or reason for, not this video, but I don't, there was no set guideline for what I was going to say. I guess that's a better way of putting it, right? I honestly just decided to turn on the camera because I wanted to put a video up today, and I just decided to turn on the camera because I do have these squares to do. The back square is almost entirely done. What am I talking about? The back square is entirely done. There's 20 rounds in the back square, and that is finished. And for the front squares, I am going to do 4 squares, 10 rounds each. And then once I have all of them together, all of them done, we can, put them together and see how it's going to look. And then once we attach them, we have to do the, what I like to call the outline. And then whatever, I might make this like, I might put buttons on this. I have no idea. Until I put it together, I have no idea. But what else is new, right? I generally don't have any idea until I'm close to finishing, because I might... how many times has it happened that I have one vision in my head, and then when I get towards the end of the project, it comes out something completely different, and sometimes even more beautiful than what I had envisioned, right? So we just let it go where it may go. And let me see. Okay. Yes. Okay. And I'm going to cut the yarn off here for right now. I don't know where that's going to land me. I probably didn't cut out... I probably shouldn't have done that like I did the last one, but guess what? That's how it's going to be. Wherever it lands is wherever it lands. What was I saying? I don't know. I just thought that I would, like I said, turn the camera on and let this video go wherever it goes. I just wanted you to see me making the squares. And like I said, once I have all these squares done, we're just going to lay them out, see if they're good, and then we can attach them all. I don't know how I'm going to be attaching them yet, so, I have honestly no idea. And then once we put them together, we will figure out, we will definitely be doing an outline of the whole sweater. And then once we do that, we can figure out what kind of trim, I'm going to call it, we can put on the sweater, and whether or not we're going to do buttons or leave it open, or, whatever it may be. I have a few more ideas of things that I want to make with granny squares. I have so many ideas in my head. I am a little bit, not behind, but, you know, because of the problem that I had in the beginning of the year with the episode that I had of my fibromyalgia, it did set me back a little bit. So I wish I was, a little bit more ahead of the things that I wanted to do than I am right now. But all that being said, I think I've been pretty productive so far this year. And it's just not going as smoothly as I planned. But then again, what the hell does, right? My life sometimes seems to be nothing but a hot mess and a giant dumpster fire, but it is what it is. So, what I wanted to do now, this is all stuff that I'm doing. Yes, it's all Valentine's Day and, Valentine's Day pinks, reds. This is all pinks. My birthday / Valentine's Day sweater, my amethyst sweater, that is so that I can wear for my birthday, and then also I could possibly wear it on Valentine's Day. And vice versa, right? Because, you can wear Valentine's Day stuff before Valentine's Day. So, I was thinking that maybe what I could do is a nice Valentine's Day scarf and a hat so that I can wear, not so much Valentine's Day as where it'll have, hearts or anything like that, but at least, pinks and reds and maybe some pinks and purples that'll match my sweater so that I could wear with my sweater. And then I can also wear it on Valentine's Day. And once I have all these patterns figured out and they come out nice and they look right, then I would like to, get some done and hopefully put them up on my website. I still don't know, exactly how I'm doing that. I'm new to all of this stuff. I'm really just putting my stuff out there because, maybe someone might like it and want something unique and special that, will make them feel good, because I know wearing these makes me feel good. So I just want to bring, if I could bring someone a little joy, that's all I really, can ask for. So once I get all of these done, I might make, if this cardigan comes out really pretty, I might make another one and put it up on my website. And then I might make one in different colors. Maybe make one in shades of green and white for St. Patty's Day. My goal for the next few weeks or months is going to be to get all the patterns that I have written down, all the stuff that I've made from last year until this year, until right now, get them all written down and get them all recreated to see if I like making them, if they look pretty, if the sizing is right, if there's any mistakes in them. And, once I have that base of products and items that I can make real quick, or if someone likes a sweater I'm wearing, I don't have to figure out how to make it again, you know, in for them. I can just go to my book and pick it out and just recreate it if someone wants it. And that's my real goal. My main goal for this year is to have all of that ready to go. And then anything else after that is just a great big bonus, right? So it is Wednesday, I believe, right? And what I want to do is I want to hopefully have this cardigan done by Friday, have a hat done by Friday, a beanie for me to wear on my birthday, and a scarf for me to wear on my birthday, for all of it to match. Even if it's not the same yarn, as long as it is, you know, the same shades of color is fine with me. Okay, so that's almost closed up, and I will cut that off there. And now all of the squares are almost the same, right? All right, let me see. And as soon as I'm done with this, I will show you what I have. And I don't know, though, whether I should make, like, the scarf squares or if I should do, like, my V-stitch scarf that I made last year for someone. I'm still trying to figure that out. I could make it in, you know, like, to match my amethyst sweater, where I do it in purples and pink. Or I can do like a granny square scarf in the same shades of purple and pink that I use for the sweater. Although I am running out of that purple, and I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of that purple. Because I can't really get any more at the moment. But we'll figure that out. So, I'm not sure yet what we're going to do next. I also wanted to do some fingerless gloves, because I am going out for my birthday, but really the day before, hopefully, if it doesn't snow again. But my friend is taking me out for my birthday, so I would really like to have, you know, a hat, a scarf, and maybe some gloves to wear, and, like, totally deck myself out for my birthday. That would be great. But I would also want a bag, and I know the bag is going to take me a lot more time, and I don't know if I can get that done before by Saturday. So that's a little bit, like, also, like, why I don't know what to do right now. I do want to finish this, but in case, you know, this I'm not going to wear for my birthday, right? Because I'm wearing my sweater. So, I could put a pause on this. Finish the squares. But I didn't want to do that either. See, I'm just so conflicted right now. It's just like, I don't know what to do. And sometimes I get like that. And, I wasn't, again, I wasn't going to film. And then I'm sure there are people out there that are like me, that sometimes you want to get so much done at once and you don't know what to do, that you end up like not knowing what to do. And, then you feel like, or at least I know I feel like, I'm not accomplishing much because I can't figure out what the hell to do at the moment. And, then once that passes and I look back, I'm like, wow, I did a lot. I don't know anymore. Or at least not today. Right now, it's like, but I think that's going to be it for today. I know it's a much shorter video than I normally put out. I just wanted to, let you know where I'm at. It's not that I forgot to put out a video yesterday or anything. It's just I didn't know what to put out, and I just need to get a little more structured. But the reason why I decided to do this little video was that, everyone always, not everyone, but a lot of people always look so put together and like they know exactly what they're doing all the time, and you don't get to see the behind the scenes stuff. And I know for me, that's sometimes makes me wonder, like, are there people out there that are like me who are like, I'm a complete mess right now, but I have to push through and do something. And I guess this video is just to remind anyone out there who's watching this who might be like me that it's okay not to have a plan at the moment. It's okay sometimes to not know exactly what you're doing all the time. And I joke and say I'm a hot mess. It is reality. But I do know that I make light of it. And sometimes it's not that, funny. But I just learned to try and joke around as much as I can, because that just makes me feel a little bit better. And hopefully it'll make someone else feel better. And I guess the reason why I really wanted to make this video, not only to sit here and crochet with you and show you the squares that I've made. I don't know if you could really see that. And show you the progress that I'm making on my cardigan. Wow, these colors look kind of off. But also to let you know that sometimes I know I'm not put together. I know that I can be a raging hot mess and chaotic and I know sometimes I'm focused and I know exactly what I want to do and I work on that project and I get that project finished. And then sometimes I just don't know what to do. And I guess this video was just to let you know that that's okay too. Not everything every day is going to be perfect. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. to be quite honest with you. Sometimes I feel lost and I don't know what to pick up next, or that's why sometimes I just pick up random projects because I need to keep my hands busy and I don't know what I want to do. So while I'm sitting there trying to figure it out, hence the ear warmer that I decided that I wanted to try to make. And I just, again, just wanted to come on here and, give you the thoughts of what I'm doing now. I'm not going to get up and show you that granny square, but I promise you the next video that I make will be a little bit more put together than this one. But I just wanted to crochet a little bit with you and to let you know that there are some days where we might not be okay. We might be having a bit of a rough day, not knowing what to do first or what to do next. But the point is to just keep going. And I was having a bit of a rough day yesterday and today. Ooh. Sorry, I didn't want that to happen. But I was having a bit of a rough day yesterday and a bit of a rough day today. And I wasn't going to film because, who wants to see me have a breakdown on camera? But then I also figure that it is real. And that there might be someone out there like me right now feeling the same way that I do. And I just want you to know that that's okay. And if you crochet and you just don't know what you're going to crochet and you're feeling like me, it's okay. Just pick up a hook and just do whatever you feel like doing at that moment. And know that it's okay not to know. It's okay to feel this way. That there's nothing shameful or to be embarrassed about if you're not put together that day. It's okay. You don't have to be put together every single day. If you're not, it's okay. If you want to sit here and just crochet a scarf or a hat, that's okay too. You want to put all these colors together and make squares that look like this and are even, go ahead. If you want to make squares, none of these are wacky, and have them a little like off, that's okay too. Do whatever the hell you want that's going to bring you a little bit of joy, a little bit of peace, and help you just relax so that you can go through whatever you're going through and come out on the other side okay. Then that's what you should do. If you want to rant and rave about nonsense because you need to get something off your chest and that's what'll make you feel better, then you should be allowed to do that too. I just want you to know that it's okay to be you all the time, whether you're put together or not. Because honestly, no one is put together all the time. Some people just don't show that part. And if you're like me who can't really hide it all that well, that's okay too. And I'm going to work on these, and I will check in with you tomorrow's video, which tomorrow's Thursday, will be the second part of the sweater. And like I said, it's finished and it's beautiful, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I love the way it came out. I think it came out amazing. And I'm just going to work on these. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. But I will figure it out. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for listening to my craziness. And I hope everyone has a great night. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. You can hit the little bell and it'll tell you when I'm on. And I promise I'm going to get a lot better at this as I go. Or maybe not. Who knows? But if you want to stick around and see, just hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, friends.